All right, today's video is just going to be me quickly telling you about why manifestation, why so many people understand it, but it does not come into realization. AKA, you do not see a new identity. You do not see somebody evolving. And why is that? Because the majority of people think there's a timeline, a straight timeline. I have to hustle more to get somewhere. Whereas it is in reality, everything and every version of you exists in the now. That means everybody who has transformed their life in the quickest amount of time has shifted identities, which means you have to really be clear on who you are becoming. The identity has to be crystal clear, from how often you cut your fingernails and how they look, who your friends are. I have often talked about this, to who you don't want to be. You have to be very clear about the version that you have right now and are right now is not, you have received everything already. Unless you are willing to say, this version sucks. I don't like this version of myself. I don't like that I'm poor. I don't like that I'm overweight or out of shape. I don't like that I'm a people pleaser. I don't like when people walk all over me and take whatever they want. I don't like this version of me and the actions and thoughts and behaviors that has created the frame and the limiting, that's what we call the limiting beliefs of this current identity. You must get very clear on where you're headed and where you're not. It's a shift that can happen within a moment of clarity. However, since the external doesn't shift as quickly, people give up on that version. They do not walk and talk and speak in that version. You can meditate as you're sitting down in the moment and create this version in your head. Unless you do like a walking meditation and live in your own illusionary identity in which you are not bothered by whatever comes your way, you will not be able to manifest anything. That's part one. The other part is, in order to live as the walking example that you see yourself being, your fullest potential, you have to feel entirely safe in your body. What does that mean? We wake up, most of us, just running and hustling to make money, take care of the kids, take care of the spouse, take care of our parents, whatever it is. It's a fight or flight. The world seems like a fight or flight. In fight or flight, you cannot manifest anything. You will always create more lack because you're operating from a state of lack. This is where the habits come in. The most simple habits. All of your fear of the future is coming from you remembering parts of your past emotionally. You remember not having money. You remember being poor. You remember having no food. You remember having fear of your parents maybe. You remember how your mother suffered. You remember, these are emotional imprints that you remember. This has created a very fearful life. Therefore, fear is holding you from everything in your life that you could ever imagine. To remove fear is key. To feel relaxed in your present moment, you need to remember a peaceful and predictable past. How do we do this? We have habits that we can rely on. Our nervous system can calculate and rely on habits which will create a certainty and safety and trust within yourself. I know what the future looks like. I can predict it because I know my habits. I remove thinking. I get up, I drink my water, I go onto the treadmill or move my body, I read a page, I journal, I hit the gym, then I come back and my first meal is a macro-friendly meal. These are all what we call wins. In reality, they just give you a safety net, a feeling of safety. Then, once you do that consecutively, you allow your body to accept with action, okay? Your mind and your body now connect. I'm safe. I can predict my tomorrow. So in the present moment, I do not need to fear of tomorrow, and I do not need to carry the burden of yesterday. I am entirely in control of my internal state, aka my internal state is being reflected onto the outside. Now, when I am in peace, I can actually open myself up to receive. If you do not take care of your emotional state, you can run and hustle like a hamster and there will be no abundance coming your way, or it will not stick around and you will be fearful. A check comes your way and you will be fearful of losing it. It can't be true. You lose the weight and you gain it back because you're fearful. You're constantly in a state of fear, and that's what you remember. Your number one priority is to create habits that you stick to. At least 3, I always say, the big pillars: wake up time, macros, workout. Stick to those, commit to yourself, commit to your safety, and see how your world is changing. That's a promise. It has never failed me. And it has never failed any of my clients. Do that for 90 days and your life, this is a promise, will change in front of your eyes.